Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friday's edition of Yesterday in Baseball. Today, we've got a great show for you guys. We're doing the All-MLB Team, going through each position regardless of league, seeing who was the best overall player in the MLB. Got a good friend, Alex, on the show. He'll be a special guest today. We'll be sharing lists and going through that. So, without further ado, let's hop into it. So, we'll start off with catcher. This one's probably pretty clear. I mean, he's the guy that's a clear-cut MVP, probably going to be, if there was an MVP for both leagues, I would vote him Cal Raleigh. I'm assuming you have him as well.
Oh, no, yeah, I have them as well, of course. Um, I feel like there's not a lot to be said. Uh, that's a pretty clear one. I did want to give a shout out to Alejandro Kirk, though, who
Big
had
dog.
a very good season. It's just unfortunate that no one's really gonna be thinking too much about that with Cal Raleig's season as
Yeah,
well.
and looking into the numbers for this too, Kirk, he was like one of the best defensive catchers in baseball. Both him and Raleigh had a case for Gold Glove. It was Dylan Dingler, but I mean, in summary, Cal Raleigh, 60 homers, 110 runs, 125 RBI. He swiped 14 bags, which shocked me. 161 WRC plus and a 9.1 F WAR. It's about as good as it gets. So pretty clear and obvious there. Next we go up to first base. I'll let you go first this time.
Yeah, this was one of the tougher choices for me.
Yeah.
There was kind of a clearish top two for me, um, which was Vladdy, and then I went with Matt Olson as
Ooh.
the other pick. Um, I think for Matt Olson, I didn't really realize it until I looked a little closer, but he had a great season that I think was maybe overshadowed by the Braves as a whole having a disappointing season.
Yeah.
Um, he leads all first basemen and or all primary first basemen in WAR. Played great defense. He won a Gold Glove this year, and he's kind of hitting at a level between that good 2024 year and that monster 2023 year he had.
Yeah, the
Uh,
54 bombs.
yeah, yeah, hard to repeat. Um, and I, the reason I didn't go with Vladdy, I was tempted to, I think after that, watching that postseason. But offensively, I think they were pretty even. I mean, obviously, it's what you'd expect with more power from Olson, more average from Guerrero.
Well, he
But
turned it on in the postseason. I know it's regular
yeah,
season, but the 8 homers, like it seems like it's there. I wonder if it's almost like if he was just locked in or if it's like a deliberate choice from Vladdy to just kind of, you
I
know,
think it was just pure hatred for the Yankees that
the
really
Yankee
got him going.
lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
But yeah,
did
how about
you
you?
consider Pete Alonso at all? I picked Matt Olson as well, but I mean, he hit the 38 homers. He was an offensive beast, but I was looking, he had negative 1.8 defensive WAR, which is like, I don't know. It depends how much you value that, but with Matt Olson winning a Gold Glove and just being so much more well-rounded, I feel like that helped give him the edge.
Yeah, I think Alonso got off to that insane start to the year, but sort of I don't want to say died off. It since it's just hard to keep that level of hitting
Yeah.
up for an entire season, but I think they ended up um, pretty, close offensively. Obviously, Alonso had uh, more homers, but
Yeah.
I agree with what you said about the well-roundedness.
So we got Cal Raleigh, catcher, Matt Olson at first base, and like you said, we'll get into that debate later with a few other positions about, first half versus second half, kind of the impact that has. So next up, we'll go to second base. There's some good performers there. You have some defensive guys, but nobody's doing at that second base position what Ketel Marte is doing right now. That's what I felt. I mean, 28 homers in 126 games, 87 runs, 72 RBI. I would imagine you had him as well.
Nope.
Did you actually
Um,
not?
I did not. No.
Wow.
so we didn't share our lists before this, just to get the surprise. And I assumed you went Cattell. Um, I went Nico Horner, which
Okay.
maybe
No, I like it.
I don't know, maybe it's controversial, but I'm just building the all defense team here. I think probably, well, he's always been an elite defender, another Gold Glover on added to my squad. Probably the best hitting year of his career. Obviously, nowhere close to Marte. Um, but I sort of opted to go for the elite defense with an above average offensive season.
Yeah.
Uh, I think it's a tough position to choose. I think Bryce Terang was up there as well.
Yeah, I
He
was
didn't
looking
have,
at him a lot.
yeah, yeah. But for Marte, I don't know. Honestly, what did it for me was he missed some time to injury,
Hmm.
and I kind of wanted to go with the defense and someone that had played the whole season.
Yeah, I mean the best availability or ability is availability, and Horner played 156 games, 7 homers, but I mean he
Yeah,
got more runs than Ketel, still
seven more
61
than you, bud.
RBI. Yeah. And yeah, I hit a 109 WRC plus, so 9% better than league average as a hitter. And that defense, I mean, Ketel's graded out about as maybe just a touch below average, and Horner's was, about the best in the league. So absolutely, I think, I like that pick from you, and I'm gonna go with you with that with Horner at second base.
Awesome.
All right. So Rowley, catcher, Olson at first, Marte, or no, I'm sorry, not Marte. We
Such
have
more.
Horner at second. Third base, this is kind of a guy, in my opinion, there's a lot of good third basemen out there, but it's kind of hard. They all get lost in the weeds, this J-Ram.
Yeah, this J-Ram guy.
Every year, it seems like he puts up a top five MVP for performance, and he did that again this year. 30 homers, 103 runs, 85 RBI. I mean, he stole 44 bases, which out of my list is more than anyone else on there. And he is not super young. He's kind of a larger dude, and he moves quick. 6.3 F4. What I'm assuming you had the same guy, but I was wrong last time. So who do you got at third?
No, I have J-Ram. This is one of the easier positions to pick.
Yeah.
Um,
So we had J-Ram at third. Now let's move on to shortstop. This was a tough one for me. I'm interested to see what you had.
I this was also very tough for me as well. Um, you know, I I've kind of been talking a bit about how I think Perdomo had the best offensive season of any shortstop this year.
Yeah.
Um, that being said, I still went with Bobby Witt Jr. Still had a very solid offensive year. I think maybe people were just a little disappointed based on what he showed last year, that absolutely insane season.
Yeah.
And defensively, though, I think he definitely improved defensively.
Yeah, I mean, he
Um,
almost led baseball in outs above average.
yeah. So I kind of felt like I had to put him. Um, I was thinking a little bit before this call of just switching to Perdomo halfway through just for the fun of it, but I didn't
Oh,
follow through with that.
Roma played 161 games. Bobby missed some time with some knee stuff. Witt had 23 homers to Perdomo's 20. His runs was 99 to 98 in favor of Bobby. We had 88 RBI for Bobby to 100 for Perdomo, which is just incredible production from him. Stolen bases, Bobby had 38, Perdomo had 27. Again, great. The average was 295 to 290. OBP was right there as well. OPS,
Well,
literally.
I don't think OBP was
Well,
right there.
no, yeah, you're right. I mean, Perdomo has him by a good amount, but
Almost a 400
yeah.
OBP. That is
Um,
absurd.
But OPS, I think that's the one I was mainly thinking of, is Bobby was an 852 OPS to Perdomo's 851. So almost you could almost tie those. And but the biggest difference, I mean, was that defense for Bobby.
Defense. Yeah.
On Fangraphs, the defense is 23.2 to 9. Again, it just depends how much you weight that. I might lean Bobby Witt just because of that defense, but I mean Perdomo in terms of just expectation and what you're getting, I think, he definitely shined bright this year and kind of was still overlooked because you have guys like Bobby Witt, Lindor.
I I I really wanted to. Maybe I still should.
I mean, I
No, no,
respect
no,
it.
no.
You're an
We can go
Arizona
with
guy all
Bobby.
year. So we go to left field now, who I didn't know. Like, it's kind of an ugly, I don't know. There's no clear-cut guy out there, but it's in my opinion, no one had a really pretty season out there. So I don't know what you're thinking.
Yeah, I ended up going with Cody Bellinger.
Yeah.
Kind of played all over for the Yankees, but I believe he was primarily left field.
I saw
So
you
I
had
saw the
85 games out there, so that definitely plays.
yeah. No, no, he played a bit of first and also center and right, but um, yeah, he did. I guess for the continuation of me being a WAR merchant, he did lead all left fielders in WAR. He had a better hitting year than I had initially thought.
Yeah, same. I want to bring up he had one of the lowest strikeout percentages. He only struck out 13.7% of the time.
Yeah.
I think that's
Um,
only Stephen Kwan in terms of, everyday left fielders was better.
right, right. And he's kind of that's it's kind of his
He does not
thing.
strike out.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I after looking at some of the names, it felt like an easier choice to go with him. It just maybe feels a little bit disappointing since there were
Yeah.
so many right fielders that were amazing this year.
And
I
I was
think.
surprised, like Riley Green, he was balling early and he still had a
Yeah,
great year. I mean, 36 homers, 111 RBI, but I mean, his defense isn't great. He's not really a big base paths guy. So, I mean, again, for
yeah.
speaking in terms of WAR, he's almost two WAR fully less.
It was tough
Um,
to pick.
I really like Kyle Stowers. He had a great year as well, real
Ooh,
breakout, but he hadn't played a game since August, so he didn't play at all September, October, or September. I don't think the Marlins were going to go play in October. And Wyatt Langford, I mean, he had a great year as well, especially up there in WAR. He
yeah,
had 4.1 to Bellinger's 4.9 in terms of F WAR.
and
But
Langford missed 20 or 30 games. Yeah, sorry to cut you
yeah,
off.
no, he
That
only played
surprised me as well.
134. All right, so now we go to another tough one that I felt, really it could have gone either way, almost a coin flip, and I had to do the categories judging again in center field for myself between Pete Crow Armstrong and J Rod. I don't know what are some of your guys you were looking at?
Yeah, same boat for me. This was the hardest one to pick. Um, hardest position to pick. I was between the same two guys, Pete Crow Armstrong and J Rod. That is Julio Rodriguez, not Jonathan Rodriguez, who
The
famously hit
GOAT
cleanup
from
for the Guardians in the playoffs.
postseason scuba specialist.
Yes, yeah. Not him though, unfortunately. Maybe next year he makes the cut. But I
He's
was
gonna have
between
that
those
200 season.
right next year. But
Yeah. Well, this
for
was my
center
big
field, between the
this was my
same two.
debate between first half and second half to me.
I was gonna say the same thing. It's literally the same story backwards, where J-Rod started out slow, big
Hmm.
surprise from him. He's never done that before. And then really got things going in June and was crazy good the rest of the year. Whereas PCA, I believe, led the league in WAR after the first couple months. Seemed like nothing could go wrong for him, and then a lot of things did start going wrong after the break.
Yeah, I mean, after the, yeah, like you said, post All-Star break, he really struggled, but their numbers ended up in a very similar spot. 31 homers for PCA to 32 for J-Rod. Both had 95 ribbies. Stolen bases, 35 for PCA to 30 for J-Rod. Um, you know, the OBP is not really there for PCA yet. Still under 300 at 287. So that's got some room for improvement. Um, and the defense, PCA is just about the best defensive center fielder in baseball, maybe even one of the best defenders in baseball. But again, it's when I'm building a team, I would almost rather have that guy that surges in the second half and later in the season. But, I mean, it just kind of depends. If you're looking at the raw numbers, it's definitely almost a coin flip, but it's all about what do you want.
I'm gonna pick Julio Rodriguez. Uh, I I want him on my team. I want to peer pressure you into picking PCA so that he's not unrepresented. Um,
I don't
but
know. I think the thing about Julio is it's not like he's a bad defender. He's still a great defender, so it's not like, you don't lose that much if you're building a roster with PCA or with Julio.
for sure, based on this season, they're pretty equal. Um, I'm gonna pick Julio. I think he was slightly better offensively for me. Um, and like you said, I'd rather take that and then take the slight hit on defense, but still have a plus defender.
Yeah. Both deserve their flowers, their recognition, but I think that Julio is the better center fielder for, in terms of 2025.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time on that one, but I think we can speed through these next two positions.
Yeah, it's not going to be too much of a
Maybe some
debate.
players you've heard of before.
Yeah. So right field, I'm gonna go Jordan Walker.
Wow, what a season from him.
Yeah, no. No, I love Jordan Walker, but we all know it's Aaron Judge. I mean, 53 homers, 137 runs, 114 ribbies, 331 batting average. I mean, he just does it year after year. Highest OPS in the league, 1.144. He one dotted it to a
Yep.
10.1 WAR, and he played quite a few games at DH as well. So he did all that with even, kind of sub below average defense. So
Yeah. It's crazy. You see 53 homers for him now, and you're just like, oh, okay, that's pretty good.
it's an
Just
Aaron
because
Judge
he,
year.
right, just does it every year. But yeah, honestly, don't have anything to add to that. Everyone knew that pick was coming.
Yeah.
Just kind of sucks for Corbin Carroll, Juan
Hmm.
Soto, Tatis. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna touch that All-MLB team when Judge
Yeah.
is playing right. So,
So we go to DH now, which, I'm assuming we're counting Otani here as DH. That's what I went with. Um,
oh yeah, we're counting him.
yeah. He had a whopping 146 runs scored, which is crazy. I mean, you get 55 homers. He also drove in 102, stole 20 bags, 282 average. He one dotted it on the year. And he also threw 47 innings of a sub 3 ERA. We're not really counting that, but just acknowledging that he did that while also pitching for half the year. I mean, he's the greatest player in baseball history. And he's showing again this year why.
Yep. Yeah. Um,
You're like nothing to add to that.
yeah, that
You don't
pretty
want to
much
glaze
sums
him at
it
all?
up. No, I'm gonna glaze Kyle Schwarber. That's
Okay.
not who I picked, but great
Yeah.
season from him as well.
Will he fetch the
Yeah.
highest yearly salary out of these free agents?
Ooh. I
Think it's between him and Tucker.
I was gonna say I think I would pay Tucker more just because of the DH scenario, but if someone pays Schwarber more, I'm not gonna argue with them.
Yeah, I don't know how many years he'll get because, it's a second round of free agency. He's older, but I mean, he's mashing right now.
Yeah.
All right, so that wraps up all of our position players and hitters. Now we'll go on to our pitchers. I was thinking we'll start off with starting pitcher. All right. This is a constant debate between us, in my opinion. And I might surprise you here. I did go Paul Skeens for
Okay.
starting pitcher. I just looking at the numbers again today. I mean, so he didn't miss a start, 1.97 ERA, just amazing again. That whip was sub one, 9.48, 187 innings pitched, 216 strikeouts. That ERA plus of 217. I mean, 6.5 F4, just pretty amazing. And that's something you don't see hardly ever. And he's still so young and has so much to learn, and he's already at the top of the game.
Absolutely, yeah. Um, for me, I have them in my document right now, Scooble Skeens with a slash between them. Um, He's planning to make a split second decision here, and I think I'm gonna pull the peer pressure move that you refuse to do in center field and pick
Wow.
Scooble just so they both can get some representation here.
Yeah.
Um, it's so hard to pick between them. I think you could nitpick some specific stats and say that Skeens was better. If you want to go to ERA and things like that. Uh, Actually, it might just be ERA, but I'll say Scooble had a sort of significantly higher strikeout minus walk rate, which I like. Um,
Hmm.
don't let him touch the ball. Uh, so I'll go with him. I'm happy to go with him. I still don't know what my actual opinion is
Yeah,
on
I don't
who
know.
had the better season, but I'll go with Scooble.
Yeah.
There was kind of a evil small part of me that wanted to pick Christopher Sanchez or Garrett Crochet, just throw a
I
wrench into
mean,
the works, but
yeah.
you really can't. I mean, those are incredible seasons from them, though.
Yeah. I'm interested to see your reliever though. I think this could
Yeah.
be interesting.
Well, uh, for me, this is another difficult category that I had. I am gonna go. Ooh, I'm gonna go with Andres Munoz of the
Ooh,
Seattle
okay.
Mariners.
Not Austin Bibbins Jerk X.
And no,
No.
not the 40-year-old, not my goat. I mean, he had sub two ERA. He had, I believe, top five saves in the maybe it was top three even saves in MLB. Um, I think was just pretty solid all year long. I was very consistent. And I think that's enough for me to pick him as my number one. But I'm very close between a few other guys I have on my sheet here.
Yeah, I
But
think
I'll
I
stick
might
with Munoz.
I might give you a fit here because I picked Aroldis Chapman.
Yep, that was
Yeah.
number two
I mean,
for me.
a 1.17 ERA is pretty wild to see over 67 games. And I mean, I didn't realize his whip was so low. His whip was a .701.
How can that be possible when he walks three batters every out?
It's
Are
a
they
miracle.
not
He's fudging
counting?
the numbers, I
Oh,
guess.
maybe he's hitting them, so they're not counting
Oh,
it against the
yeah. There's
whip.
no walk.
That's genius from Chapman there.
Yeah, the
I think he
ERA
started aiming
plus.
the fastball, at guys'
Yeah, yeah.
heads.
Once you start aiming, it's a game changer.
Right.
How do you go through what 14, 15 years in the big leagues and not aim?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Well, I
like the
think
Munoz pick though.
those were my top two that I had. Some other ones I had, I always put Mason. I'm always going to put Mason Miller when
Yeah,
he pitches enough
he's
innings.
just nasty.
based on talent, I mean, he's kind of number one, I
Hmm.
think.
I
Obviously
still want
that's
to
not
see
this
someone make him
list.
a starter.
Yeah, that would be
I think that could be
fun
crazy.
to watch.
Because even if he
I,
reins it in, he's still probably throwing over 100.
seriously, yeah.
So we'll summarize here. I'll start with my list at catcher, Cal Raleigh, Matt Olson. We ended up Ketel Marte for me, Julio or J Ram at third, Bobby Witt Jr. at short, Cody Bellinger in left, J Rod in center, Judge in right, Otani at DH, Skeens at starter, and my reliever is Chapman.
Yeah, and for me, Calrelli, catcher, Matt Olson, Nico Horner at second, Jose Ramirez at third, Bobby Witt Jr. at short, regrettably, Cody Bellinger at left, Julio Rodriguez at center, Judge and right, Otani at DH, um, Tariq Skubal at starting pitcher, and Andres Munoz at reliever.
Nice. Some good players on those lists. I would hope so, considering it's our all MLB team for the year. But no, it was great to have you on. Good. It probably, hopefully, won't be the end of it. Now that we're in the off season, we'll be mixing it up and doing some fun new stuff like this. So
Yeah,
it was a good time.
love to do some more drafts and things like this for sure.
Yeah, maybe some
We can
baseball trivia
speed
as
run
well.
for sure.
So that was everything from our show with Alex. Again, huge thank you to him for coming on and joining us. Had a ton of fun and always enjoy getting to talk baseball with a good friend. If you're on YouTube, please give it a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and please check us out on Spotify if you haven't already. Thank you again and hope to see you guys again on Tuesday. Have a great weekend.